All right, I have, again, this is Justin Pulliam, to be transparent. He's emailed me and is requesting, again, reading several comments on the agenda, and I am going to assume that the vote not to have citizens be heard comments if you do not live here as a resident or have a business here still stands. Is that correct? So if that's the case, then I won't read it. Yes, Councilor Bradshaw.
Mayor, I just would like to state for the record that I'm still opposed to that, that I think we should listen to all people who would like to comment at our meetings,
Okay.
regardless of where they live.
All right, I understand. I believe it was a majority vote the last time, so, okay. All right. Yes, Mr. Blackmore, go right ahead.
Justin Pullen lives out in East Texas. He's torn his support against behind individuals running for Dr. Rodriguez's spot. I'm surprised you want to read his letter. He's a convicted criminal. He's an auditor. He's not a CPA person, certified public relations guy or attorney. He's not an attorney. He's an ex-criminal. He's the one that's put disparaging YouTube things about our city manager, our police chief. And you want to read his letter? Doesn't even live in here. This individual is, like I said, he's an auditor. He has ties to the American Nazi Party and the Ku Klux Klan. If that's what you want, be burning crosses in our parks or having Nazi gatherings over here in our parks, by all means, read his letter. And maybe your team will take over. But I guarantee you, I'm a resident here. I'm going to stay here, even if you win the council. I'm going to be a thorn in your side. That's all I got to say.
Okay, yes.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Jennison, hang on just a second. Just a minute. We need to clean the podium, and then you can come on up. Yes, sir.
And again, I apologize. You know, you get up here, you get kind of nervous. Now, you said we had all 7 of the 8 except the last one. Is that correct?
I told you what the last one is, and I said we could do better on the last one. I think we could have more comprehensive reports.
And then my question that I wasn't sure if it was answered is the use of force continuum, is that available for the citizens of Leon Valley to view?
Absolutely. What I'd ask you to do is just do an open records request for any policy that you want, and we'll get it to you. That's not a problem. And what you do is you do s.pass, P-A-S-S, at leonvalleytexas.org. And then you can also go to our website and just do an open records request from there. Either way.
And
the things that are like policies, those are easy for us to get.
okay. And I'm just going to say this as a citizen, I'm really kind of concerned. You know, I didn't expect this tonight. I didn't know that our city was in such turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rather discouraging.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes, we have another citizen that wants to speak. All right. Yes. Come forward. And if you'll state your name and where you live for the record, please.
Hello, Council.
Hello.
I am Leslie Bacon, and I'm from Forest Oaks, Canterfield.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to ask that Mr. Blackmore be removed from council chambers for being rude. Last meeting, the city manager called me out because I raised my voice. He has been rude to this council and the mayor. He continues. He needs to be removed, as other citizens would and have.
Okay.
And he has by his language before, calling people scum-sucking all of that.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Mr. Blackmore is going to stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had an opportunity to watch the San Antonio City Council meeting today as well, and I was very struck by the difference of how Leon Valley Council meetings are conducted and the way the city of San Antonio's mayor and city council members treat citizens when they are speaking for their 3 minutes in a respectful way. They conducted the meeting that was addressing the very sensitive issues we are all grappling with today in a sensitive, constructive way. No council members, the mayor, or city manager interrupted citizens while they were speaking by calling point of order because they didn't like what was being said. So at this juncture, what I'd like to say is, when I was speaking at the last meeting, and it was on topic, I had absent or hiding recalled counsel, Alcacer, and Charles screaming point of order more than 7 times. Off topic, off topic. I wasn't off topic. What we were talking about was Miss Charles' documentation and why we withdrew our complaint against her. It was not off topic. So my question is now to Ms. Pasolet, who determines the topic and when it can be stopped?
Okay. All right, Ms. Bacon.
This
Ms.
is
Bacon.
on topic 2, right?
Excuse
Because we
me.
just had a, you can't answer it?
No, excuse me. We'll just ask her a question. She'll get back with you on the answer.
Okay,
Let's do it that
if you
way.
could get back with me on me,
Yeah.
I would really appreciate that.
Just a second.
The city manager did not insert himself into the meeting unless very necessary, and definitely not while citizens were speaking unless asked a question. Our city manager continues to insert herself into Leon Valley's council meetings in a significant way, calling inappropriate points of order several times during meetings. It is my understanding that it is for the city council to call points of order, not the city manager, but she has done it many times in these meetings. So I would appreciate that you follow the guidelines, Ms. Kunstler, just like you asked the mayor to. Kunstler. Actually, I grew up in Bernie, and the second vowel is silent. B-O-E-R-N-E, the second vowel is silent. So it's Kunstler. Speaking at the last city council meeting, as I was speaking, on a very serious matter concerning Leon Valley's duly elected council mayor, during my time to speak, I was interrupted, as I said, by Alcacer and Charles, saying I was off topic. I was not. Watching our city council meeting and the abuse I received from them while I was speaking for my 3 minutes is absolutely unacceptable and I should not be treated by any of you all in this manner. I resent it. You work for me.
Ms. Bacon, if you could just, that's your 3 minutes, and maybe you could finish up, if you're here at the end of the meeting, finish the rest of your comments. Thank you, just to keep on the time limit. Thank you.
Wow. Now, if that's not the very definition of a drive-by attack, I don't know what is. I'm not allowed to speak. I'm totally silenced, yet people can get up there and spew all sorts of, and at the meetings they have a rule about personal attacks. I'd call that a personal attack. A lot of baseless, just crazy stuff. I think the only thing that he got right is that, yes, I, in my individual capacity, I do support Josh Stevens, the person who is running to replace Councilwoman Catherine Rodriguez, who, I'm going to stop here and show. I gotta show you this video.
Hi, welcome to election season. This is Dr. Rodriguez, and I am your Leon Valley City Council Place 2 representative. You're going to find me each weekend walking the neighborhoods of Leon Valley, asking for your support in my bid to retain my seat and position on your Leon Valley City Council. So please, as you see me coming along, don't hesitate to stop and ask me questions, share your concerns, and give me any suggestions you think would help make our Leon Valley an even better place. Thank you.
Justin Pulliam lives out in East Texas. He's torn his support behind individuals running for Dr. Rodriguez's spot. I'm surprised you want to read his letter. He's a convicted criminal.
Yeah, total drive-by attack. All the rest of that stuff, as y'all know, is all just totally false. So, and then you get, and so I'm showing this because it shows how there's two sides in Leon Valley. There's a set of rules for Slovaggio's political establishment, and then there's a set of rules for the people and everyone else. And that's that if you're on the politically preferred position, then you can do whatever you want. You can trash whoever you want. If you're on the other side, you might not even be heard. And if you are, then you can just expect that they're going to be overruling you. Oh, point of order. Or saying you're off topic. And that's one of the things that the last speaker brought up is, you know, who are you to tell me whether or not my comments are pertinent or not? You know, if I want to make a point, who are you to censor the way I want to develop my position on an issue? Who are you, master, to tell me that? And of course, she asked after Blackmore, the Leon Valley troll, said all that slanderous stuff about me. She tried to get him censored. Of course, you know, they let him stay. So it's unfortunate that the political establishment, even last night, the chair of the meeting, the mayor, were shutting down people on one side and being very heavy-handed in regards to them, while letting the other side do anything they want, even when it got pretty outrageous. Hey, but I have my own show here, so I'm going to read to y'all, if y'all are interested. Here's the super dangerous Justin Pulliam comments they just couldn't have heard. I am entitled to be heard at Leon Valley meetings. I noticed a new federal lawsuit was filed against the city last week. As an aside, guys, that's Jack Miller Sheepdog filed a federal lawsuit against Leon Valley about the malicious no-knock raid against his family, and I'll have a video about that at some point. Due to the egregious violations that occurred, I assume it will be a handsome payout. Is the city looking for yet another lawsuit? The city continues to violate my rights on a routine basis. Also, I have multiple outstanding records requests. As another aside, guys, I was lucky enough when I got the mail today. From Leon Valley, if you can see it. Let me change screens here. Got the mail today and got some open records from Leon Valley, and that information will be coming to y'all soon. So if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel, enable all notifications so you see that. Also, I have another channel, or at least some of it will just be on my other channel. It's called Justin Pulliam Live. A link to that should be in the video description as well. I cover a lot of Leon Valley news over there. Back to my comments. And by the way, there's still other open records requests that are outstanding, so these comments definitely still stand true. I have not received the information, even though the Attorney General ordered the city to provide it to me. I have multiple requests which I will have to submit complaints about because I believe the city violated my rights and broke state law. Last, the city manager purported that the attorney fees for the mass arrest of witnesses lawsuit, that's the Leon Valley press conference lawsuit, could be obtained via written request. When I last requested attorney fees, those bills were not provided. And then I'll read part of another one. There's one of the items was to make a new rule to basically make it easier to silence the people, and I opposed this item, and I said it's nothing more than a political hit on the mayor who is apparently disfavored by Slovaggio's political establishment. Wow, that sentence is the same for my previous comments on a different item. It is a disgrace that the political establishment attempts to overrule the vote of the people. And now today I would add, by the way, that it's more than just that. It's make it easier to silence the people who they don't like. The mayor is the chair of the meeting. It is no surprise to me that the establishment is attacking now that the mayor is more assertive at keeping order during the meeting. So the previous meeting last night she was quite biased against people who I would think would generally be the ones supporting her, actually. Apparently, the city administrators and established councilwomen are so accustomed to speaking out of turn that they cannot handle true order. Regarding quote, enforcement by member, unquote, it's part of the law they were writing, a similar process already exists in parliamentary procedure. The appropriate process is to call a point of order. The chair can then decide the issue or bring it to a vote of the body. If the chair decides, a member can then appeal the decision of the chair. And if that is seconded by another member, it goes for a vote by the body. For issues of indecorum, debate is unlikely to be proper. So if they say, hey, this is out of order, and the chair says it's fine, they can say, well, I appeal the decision of the chair. Catherine Rodriguez or whatever can second it, and then they can vote by majority vote, the three women or whatever, and get anything they don't like shut down. Okay, that's pretty much already there. Oops, did I tell them that? Well, it was in my public comments. Maybe they should have read it. Oh well. The proposed language is a silly attempt to erode what little power the lawfully elected mayor still holds. And this is another key point, because as you see, my comments are so often silenced, pretty much all the time silenced. Written comments should be able to be submitted directly to members of the city council. The city manager should not be the gatekeeper of public input. For instance, if I want to write about one of my many grievances about Kunstler, I don't want to rely on her to pass it on. No, we get to confront government exactly when we want to, without them preparing. As a general note, I observe that those critical of Riley and Bradshaw can say anything, no matter how nasty. Yet legitimate complaints about the political establishment are often illegally censored. So these are the most dangerous comments from Justin that were just too dangerous to be heard. All right, this just gets better and better at Leon Valley. So I saw this when I was going to get this video. And it's a long thing. She says, "Oh, I'm a Hispanic female, and they're included in more than 50% of the Leon Valley demographic population." I don't know what she even means by that. That doesn't even make any sense. But I guess that's how shallow I guess voting should be. I don't know. So she has a master's and doctorate in education. She's employed full time, and she resides and cares with aging parents. It's that's almost like cop-splaining. All right, so this is where I thought it was good. Is she's talking about Josh Stevens, and this all wraps back around to me, and I'll show you why in a second. It is evident, and she's talking about Stevens here. It is evident that he is a pathological liar, arrogant, disrespectful, condescending, socially inept, and enjoys needling behavior. And so she keeps going on saying, there's several statements he has made that are mean-spirited, unprofessional, blah, 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 blah. She could, in fact, I think she may have responded to these. She had to bring it online, and then in typical competent fashion, she has this picture of an email. That's the wrong way. I'm not going to try to read that, but I think it's actually this email. I think this is what that is this one right here. And it's Josh Stevens did a submission for citizens to be heard in comment periods. And what it is, he took mine that they censored, and he basically made it his own. It pretty much was mine. That's why. So he says, "Please see attached for my citizen comments. Please excuse the different points of view and different perspectives, including different tenses." So I think I'll have to open this. But what he did, he mixed his and mine. "I'm simply advocating for other stakeholders of Leon Valley. They have participated and helped me add to these comments. And Catherine, the reason people don't talk to you might be because you're 49 years old, not approachable, unemployed, and live with your mom and dad. So I actively go out, seek out community and business owners, residents, and other stakeholders. When you're not approachable, people will not approach you. Please read all the comments and blah, blah, blah." And then I say, which I'll have to go find this and throw this into this video too. I go, "If you watched my stream and saw me laughing, crying all of a sudden, it was because I read your note to Catherine." I'll try to throw all of this together. Oh man, amazing.
Whatever y'all want to do, I'm open to it.
I would like to
continue? Do we have anybody else on the line? Sometimes it's where the person is when they're talking. Sometimes it's if they have their own speakerphone on. So different things can be like that. I don't think it'll help to go to a different type of system where we still have to listen long before the hacking happened or the apparent hacking. They were coming on and we heard, too much of their nasty language to have to go through it again. And I prefer to try to keep on doing what we're doing and see if it gets past the fact that people are complaining because things can't be heard if they're hearing it at home well, and we know the gist of their complaint, or it can be written down and passed on and read. I think we need to try to move it along to see if we can get it. I'd also like to say I'd like to have it investigated. What happened last night? I don't know what we need to do to get that just done. We can have that for the next meeting or whatever.
Okay.
Counselor
thank you.
Alcacer, Mayor Riley, we have a caller on the line, Josh Stevens. He said he emailed us earlier. We have a caller on the line, Josh Stevens. He said he had, I guess, called in earlier and was on hold 9 minutes during the discussion, so he's now called back.
Just so you can see the hypocrisy, when a resident was saying something to Councilwoman Rodriguez after the meeting, she didn't like the words, and she was immediately like trying to get the mayor or Savaggio to go after this person who is just trying to communicate.
At 1:26 in the morning. We'll see y'all June 16th. Well,
You're having a little meeting with the chief of police.
that's, yeah.
Target citizens again. Very mature.
Thank you to everyone who was watching my live stream on Thursday and Friday and helped out and make the video about Olin Yarnell. He's a 78-year-old Leon Valley resident. He was at the meeting asking the tough questions, catching them in lies, doing really what I wish everyone would do with their local government. So that video should be right there. Check it out. Thank you, everyone, for your support of Mr. Yarnell, for your continued contributions to support my journalism and my efforts to hold government accountable. Have a great day, and always film the police, always film your government.